I am making nothing but clutter, and that has nothing to do with the 3D printing for whatever. That's like the anti-clutter. And I know some people would look at makes and think just the opposite. But man, I love 3D. I've got a whole like stack that I'll go through. I mean, it is a large array of stuff. In fact, if let's see if I turn that off. No, it doesn't really help. I was gonna say if I turn it off, then you can see the stack. I mean, you can't really see the stack. You'll see it when I show things up close. I think I've printed all these in the past week. Let me know if like one of them was from last week. I don't think so. No, the clutter I've been creating is technology clutter.
Yeah.
Starting last week when I had Matt over to take a look at a dock. No, so the monitor that I just
monitor, yeah,
and trying to get it to work with a dock, an older dock. I had since upgraded the dock, going from a Thunderbolt 3 to a Thunderbolt 5 dock, and had other issues that I ran into because apparently one of the ports doesn't power a computer. So then I was like, well, wait a minute. So then do I need to get another dock to plug into the dock? So I got another dock to plug into the dock, and it was troubleshooting that. And for the most part, it seems to have fixed the problem-ish. But then I'm thinking, well, the only reason why I'm using the other dock that I upgraded to was for the 10 gigabit the port. And I'm like, well, that's just stupid. So basically, I'm just gonna. I got an alternative that's coming. I think it should get here on Thursday, and I'm gonna basically start from scratch. And
you'll like the CalDigit. I've been very happy with CalDigits, and I've gone through a lot of docks.
I've had OWC docks. I've been happy with them. And my goal was in terms of upgrading. Because I run a setup here, a 10 gig a port, an Ethernet port. I had been using like a 2.5 gig to USB adapter, but was losing some on the overhead. And that was my feeling. I was losing some on the overhead. Granted, my ISP only delivers like a 2.5 down right now, but fiber is coming to the neighborhood. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to future-proof, and at least the hardware that I'm going to get is going to support it. So. Kind of trying to do it all in one fell swoop. Plus, I have the MakerDeck camera that's streaming the whatever happens to be printing at the time, and that's running currently on a separate PC that I am considering upgrading at some point to an M5 Mac Mini. That's a big assumption that I stick with Mac OS, because let me tell you, talk about making a mess. One of my first challenges with 3D printing on Mac OS when I upgraded to Tahoe, by the way, don't do it. Do not, hey, Dave's Dimension, good to see you. Don't upgrade to Tahoe if you can wait. I'd strongly recommend it. I'd wait until like 0.3, 26.3 or 0.4 potentially. Don't rush, because there's so many glitches and inconsistencies and problems.
Yep.
It's incredible.
You don't even have to upgrade to 26 if you don't want to. They're still supporting iOS or Mac OS 18.
Here's the problem with that. If I do upgrade my M1 Max to an M5 Max, assuming that one gets released, in the near future, then I'm going to have no choice but to live with it, right?
Yeah.
And so I figured I'd be biting the bullet. One of the biggest issues I ran into is when I'd launch an STL file, it would warn me. And so if I had a tip for everybody, it would say, hey, we don't know this because it caused problems with your computer or whatever. The way to change it, you don't just right click or command click on an STL file in Mac OS. If you ran into this issue with the upgrade to Tahoe, specifically with Mac OS, what you need to do is pull up an information panel for the STL. So select it, then type in or hit Command I, and then from there, you have the option to open with or change all. That's where you need to change all. You can't do it through the right-click menu. It would not take that way for whatever reason. The only way it took for me was to open up the info panel and then changing the association to whatever slicer you happen to have, and that fixed the problem. But that was like the first thing. I'm like, okay, Mac OS Tahoe problem. I'm like, if this does a warning every time I open an STL file, I'm like, dude, I mean, maybe Apple wants to push more users to Linux and Windows. It's possible. Although I am looking longingly, now at what Google is going to likely be doing with Android in rolling out a desktop class beyond Chrome OS and beyond Android. They're basically building a desktop experience on Android, which means app compatibilities come in tow, and then some. So I'm very, very hopeful for that. So the only question I would have is the slicer. Now I've got a slicer that I can use on Android, but it is definitely a subset of, let's say, a desktop slicer. So that would be a concern in switching platforms because of the amount of 3D printing that I do. It just becomes a software issue, right? And I know Prusa has done a great job with making things mobile friendly, but who knows what's going to happen between then and now. I would hope that things get better. But I'm not gonna hold my breath. David Dimension says, with respect, I can't even imagine 3D printing with a Mac. Been PC all my life. Respect to you, Chris. You're the master. I don't know about that, but I still use Windows. I just don't like the inconsistencies that Windows that Windows brings with it.
Yeah,
it's not been for me. At least at this point, when they change the user experience, as in the user interface, maybe, but I don't think that things have gotten better on that front for me personally, compared to what other people may have been used to. Because I grew up PC as well, and so I still use the PC for slicing. Sometimes when I run into an issue, it's easier to repair an STL on Windows than it is on Mac OS. That is one, I will say, that is one shortcoming of slicing on a Mac OS compared to doing it on Windows. And I have no experience specifically with Linux, at least on that front. So we'll see. Suffice to say, Chris Pirillo is in play. Joining me tonight again, we've got Matt, aka Matt Evans Tech, and we also have Tim. And I've known both these people in real life, like real flesh and blood. Matt is usually at the meetups. He helps kind of put things in order, and Tim we see sometimes, but of course scheduling conflicts do come up. Dave asks what we're on. I'm on an A1 Mini. Matt is also on an A1 Mini, and then Tim, what do you got there? Is that just an A1?
Just the A1.
Okay. Straight up.
Yep.
Yeah, that was. I'm glad I went with the Mini. I don't know if I would have been able to accommodate an A1 on the desk, and I wanted something specifically on the desk where I was going to be sitting, that I could turn around, I could press the buttons and whatnot. But that was just the way that this whole setup it kind of came together, and it still works, thankfully. Until I need to upgrade.
After all those years.
I will say that the reason why I went with the A1, this is not a joke, was because there was one thing I wanted to print as soon as I got it.
So I had to bend the volume then.
It was this. This is the... This is... I don't remember his name, but he designed this. It's basically...
Studio,
yeah, it's...
What is it?
So a Mac Mini can fit underneath this. Sits on it, and then you put an iPad Mini in, and it makes it look like an old retro Macintosh computer.
Classic. Yeah, it is really cool it's really cool, Chris. You should Google it. It's a Mac Studio. I thought it was a Mac Studio, right?
It is for it's designed, but this one's specifically designed for the Mini or the Mac Mini.
Okay,
so it's right on top.
Well, here, hang on, just a second, Tim. Let's get a bigger view of that.
Oh, it's called the Macintosh Studio, Making the Macintosh Studio. It's by Scott, I think.
Yep, Scott.
So wait, so then how do you interface with it then?
It's just got the touch screen on the front, so you can plug it in. It's got a little port for
Yeah,
your
the port,
USB-C,
yeah.
and then you also have here for your unlock on the
Okay.
iPad Mini. And then it has a little slot here, so you just drop it in through the top there, slides in. You can put your finger in there to kind of stop it from falling all the way in, and then it's just a touch screen, and then you can is it AirPlay from your Mac
AirPlay
to this?
Yeah.
So you can like use it as an actual Mac.
That's kind of funny. I like that. That's
It's even
a
got the
pretty cool.
handle, so you can
Yeah,
like,
that's a
pick it
great
up.
idea. See, I've got a Mac. No, I'm sorry. I don't have a Mac Mini right now, but I have a mini PC, like an Intel NUC, is what they call them, NUCs. I think it's short for. Is it Next Unit of Computing? Is that what it's short for? I can get schooled. I don't care. But I have that completely out of view. Like, there's no reason for me to interface with it for any reason. But now you got me wondering. I'm like, with something like that, like, I could stick it in there
Look
and
at
then
the-
have it off to the side, and
Yeah.
not necessarily need a second monitor for it. But
You could just watch, like, you could put on shows on it. Like, I mean, it's a really cool. I think Tim's gonna save this for me because now he got rid of his Mini. But
Yep.
but yeah, I was gonna put it on my desk and just set it up as like a little, like, watching YouTube or whatever on it.
well, but so the reason why, I mean, the PC is that I have is basically it's a it's super small, but the reason why I'm still using it, the number one reason, is MakerDeck. Like, that I would say is as odd as that sounds. Like, I'm really not using it for anything else. It's just a secondary computer that I don't have to worry about. And so this is one of the reasons why I'd been thinking of just migrating it, because it's a few generations old. I don't know how old, but like or migrating it to a Mac Mini, and whenever they come out with the new one, right? And then just get throw that. A studio, I think, would be overkill for that, but a secondary computer that I would basically remote into, or switch with the the switcher, the switcher, your keyboard, not keyboard, your monitor switcher.
KVM.
But but to be able to have it as a secondary desk and a screen over there actually makes some degree of sense, and it accommodates that one. Tim accommodates an iPad Mini.
Yep.
Okay. See, I've been waiting for the iPads to support a faster refresh rate.
Hopefully this year.
Well, now that the basic
I know.
phones are 120 or ProMotion,
Yeah.
then I could assume that they're going to be bringing the same stuff to iPads. Hey, Phantom. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. We haven't even begun showing prints, and boy, trust me, I've got like a lot for you tonight. Dave said he's got a P1S looking to add another printer. Thoughts on the H2S? Is the H2S, is that the one with the laser? Freaking
I
lasers?
think it is.
H.
I saw a video on it not that long ago, but I think
Yeah, it is. I think it's neat. I think the idea of it is pretty. Oh, that's the H2D. What's the H2S? Hang on, no, it says H2S, large format 3D printer. So it must be the next level for, instead of the X1C, next level up. Because I'm not seeing anything that is necessarily that much more that much different.
they do. They have They have an H2D with AMS, and then they have an H2D.
Yeah, that's what
laser one.
he's saying.
Yeah.
So it just must. I don't know. I mean, I can tell you that if it's an iteration of the X1 Carbon. No, hang on. Digital cutting, drawing. What? Oh, that drawing looks like a HueForge clone. Digital cutting, effortlessly cut through paper, vinyl, PU leatherette, more. Okay. Yeah, no, it's got laser cutting. And I'm on the H2S page.
I wonder if they have
Manufacturing
different.
Hub.
I wonder if they have different series of it.
Oh, H2C is going to be their tool changer. Expected to be released in the next couple of months. Okay, there we go. That's the one that I was thinking was different. That would be nice. I mean, if only to eliminate the possibility of, well, eliminating waste, not having so much waste, which keeps me from doing a lot of multicolored prints personally. I mean, I still do, when warranted, but I always think twice. I'm like, well, is it worth spending on the filament, right?
Yeah.
On, throwing away that much filament. So that might actually work out pretty well. Yeah, I don't have any details, too many more details on that. But Matt, do you have anything? You said you printed this week. You had
Yeah, so I'll start with the little. I printed this little.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
Star
I did one of
Wars
those.
I'm gonna put it on my shelf. I before had 3 shelves, now I've got 4. The bottom one is empty because I got the Cokes. I got to figure out where I'm putting.
Yeah.
So I got that, and I just needed some other room. I also printed this, which I'm going to display on there and somehow too. I did Black Millennium Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks pretty cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So I'm going to take that and put that on my desk at work. And then the mini pops, the mini Funko Pops.
Yeah.
I printed this. So you can put them in there on the top and the bottom, but I have them and they just keep falling everywhere and I don't know where to put them.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna print this and put them in there. I don't think I'm really gonna collect them. I know they keep coming out with them, but
I've only seen one new one recently. So
yeah. So I don't think that I can really justify buying them. I don't know. I think they're kind of overpriced, but for the ones that I do have, they'll fit into here, and I might have one extra.
That's interesting. Actually, you need to send me a link to that because I've got, I have those mini pops. So
yeah, I'll send you the link. It turned out pretty good. It was a pretty easy, and it didn't waste a lot of filament because I printed it down.
Yeah.
So once it got to there, it was a pretty easy one.
Switch.
Yeah. And then this is the one that I worked on all weekend. If you were watching on MakerDeck, then you saw it. But this is a 650% Stormtrooper Lego.
That's crazy, dude. That's huge.
So I printed it all in pieces. The helmet was 28 hours long.
My God.
So that was with all the filament changes.
Oh, see, the Kit Kiln, when he did his Stormtrooper, it was pieces that you put together.
Yeah, so this one didn't. It came all in one piece. And I saw that afterwards, but I'd already committed to this, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm already committed to it. So, but I might get that one and print that one later. And then the arms were second. The body was different, and then these glued on. So the uniform basically, I glued those on before, and then the legs and the arms and the hands come out. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. Right before we came in here, I went and showed my wife, and I asked her if I could put it on the next to her nightstand, and I'll print a Darth Vader one on my side. She said no.
Oh,
it was worth a try.
I know.
Yeah,
but she said it's really cool. So
I've got an Emperor's Royal Guard. It's at a different scale than the Kit Kiln when he released his. And I've been debating, like, well, I kind of like the ones that I have because they're all on the same scale, but I may end up going with it anyway, just for the sake of, having one around. It takes less filament too. This is, if I'm doing a quote unquote collection, I try to keep them in the same scale. Thank you, Dave, for appreciating, right? Like it's part of the fun of making is showing people what you're making. Phantom's going to be doing the snow. Oh, he did the snow speeder at 50% scale. I did it at 100%, which is great. But at 50%, it works better with the AT-AT. The AT-AT is so. It was the best AT-AT to 3D print, and it was easy. It was relatively fast. The snow speeder, by the way, Matt, is free.
I need to print the snow speeder.
Yeah, and it is easy. It's really straightforward. It's just, as long as you've got the different colors. Your wife wants a Deadpool Mega Fig. Oh, nice. Go for it.
So that was I'll say that was the longest print that I've ever done on my 3D printer on my A1 Mini. So
I'm trying to think. The longest one I've done, I just don't print too many big things. I mean, I've done the figures take a while, and it's been a while since. In fact, I've got an Obi-Wan Kenobi that I've yet to do from Play Action Toys. He's been busy and kind of out of commission, which is good because there's no way I'd be able to keep up with everything that he's done or would have done otherwise. So now you get to see my look. This is as I die here. Let me plug in a second. Where should I begin? I'll begin with the big one, right? You get to see all the fun on the desk.
Ooh,
Darth Vader
nice.
Pumpkin.
Wow.
You put a light in that, right?
What's that?
You put a light in.
Yeah, you can get a light in there.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna add a pseudo key light here. To make it help a bit.
Oh yeah.
Have mobile key light will travel. There we go.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
So yeah, this one.
Where'd you find that? Is that on Maker?
Maker World.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
That's cool.
So it'll handle like a key light, I think, natively. And then I ended up. The guys got other ones. Many of them do not have the ability to, have there's nothing underneath where you can stick a light. But he had other Star Wars characters like R2 up there. He had like a Rebel. This is like a Rebel pumpkin.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like
and
that.
I did them smaller because I'm like, well, I don't want like all these large pumpkins because I'm like, oh, what am I going to do with all these dang large pumpkins? But second clone. Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get it. Clone. Turned out, and these are shrunk. These are smaller than the regular size. 3PO came out okay. 3PO also has the ability to get a light in there. Came out fine. But like this is one of those pumpkins that suffered when I shrank it. But it's still workable. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. And this was in the Polymaker filament, like the high temperature, or like orange red.
Oh yeah.
Stormtrooper.
Looks good.
Stormtrooper looked really nice at 100%. Where is it? Here's the Vader. Unfortunately, it suffered. You can see like where the breather is and the nose.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I shrank it, and I did everything I could for it, and it did not work. But like, okay, it's fine. There's an Ewok, or yeah, a little either an Ewok or a Baby Yoda. Can't tell. Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda.
Oh no, it does kind of look like a Baby Yoda too. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
Sorry that it's going in and out of focus there, but I say that because he also had a full-on like Yoda.
Oh yeah, I like that. Ooh,
that looks really good.
Yeah, I really like that. I'm a big Yoda fan, so.
Okay, well then you would like that. That one I did. It was okay for me. It was like, yeah, I wanted the Darth. That's why I printed that one larger. An Imperial one.
Oh yeah, nice.
I did the Imperial and the Rebel one differently, and that's how you can see like some they go. I printed most of these at the same time, so it goes from like orange, yellow, red.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, the Chewbacca turned out really good.
And then a Darth Maul. Those are basically.
Oh, nice! Yeah.
The Maul worked out really, really well. And then I also, while we're on that filament, I also found like an Akbar statue.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was nice with that color. And also, he had released, whoever the artist was on Maker World, also released the.
That's a pretty good one too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really liked the two of them. Oop, wait, hang on. Some of these I got to be careful about because I want to try to get pictures. Matt, you had mentioned gold.
Oh, I did print. What did I do with that?
Did you do the Yoda skull?
I did the Yoda skull.
Because I did spray it. This is the one. It came out okay. I did it in white.
Yeah.
It came out okay, and so I just like, you know what? I don't want to waste it. So I just sprayed it with gold, and
that looks really good.
Yeah, I was really happy with this. That's just a very simple.
Oh, here it is.
Spray. Do you have something?
I did. I printed it. I didn't print it in the gold because I wanted to get a new gold filament.
Oh.
I did print it with like a.
Okay.
But I might reprint it. I might reprint the front in gold, and then pop it back on there. But yeah.
Oh, so it's a 2-piece. See, I just printed it in 1 piece.
Did I print the? Oh no, it is one. No, it is 2 pieces. Why is it not?
Huh.
Yeah, it is 2 pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might take it off, pop it off, and put a gold one on. But I thought the green really good on the back, and then
the green was good.
The gold, all gold one turned out.
Oh, did you? Oh, this one?
No, the one that you did. Yeah.
Well, because you said, oh, what about? Like, I'd do that with the gold. I'm like, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'll salvage.
So you just spray painted it?
Spray it. Yeah, it's just a spray. I'm currently printing another one of these, a little Baby Yoda knitted.
Oh, look at that! That turned out really well.
That looks really cool.
In the AMS, that's a single color. And the reason I'm printing another one in glow in the dark is kind of glow in the dark's green, but I'd printed other eyes, and I thought I lost one, and so I found the other one that I thought I had lost. I'm like, well, now I've got these 2 eyes. I need another Yoda to glue them on, so that's why I'm doing another Baby Yoda knitted. Did this one earlier today, a kettlebell C-3PO kettlebell.
That turned out good too.
Yeah, really, really nice. Although in Polymaker filament again, I probably should have done different walls. I'm happy with it. I don't know if I would want it. You could print it like full on kettlebell, but I'm good. I'm not into none of that. And this is what I feel like right now.
Oh wow. That turned out really good. Yeah.
I debated whether I was going to clip off the base, but I kept it as is because the shoes are kind of hanging off. I'm like, you know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
Me being a Vader fan.
Yeah. That turned out really well.
Big Vader.
That'll go good in your collection.
I'm telling you. And then this one, I think it'll accommodate a can. I think it's like basically a can koozie. Handle's a little weird. It's not exactly like a full-on handle, but, for holding a can.
I saw that. Yeah. I saw that on Maker World or somewhere.
Yeah, it was decent. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I had the gray in. Also got a Mando duck.
That looked good.
Yeah, I've got it. And the reason why I try to take pictures of all these just for my record, as well as when it comes to social sharing. There is a Yoda on a pumpkin, or Baby Yoda, Grogu, on a pumpkin, kind of a fiery red. And no, Dave, there is no Spaceballs the pumpkin, at least not today. Another pen holder. This is a Mando pen holder, a high-res pen holder. Although, I think he came with the stand originally. I think I clipped off the stand. Like, I don't want the stand if I can avoid it. Where is... Theoretically, sometimes he's too... He won't handle the phone, but
I've seen him with the phone, so
the high quality Darth Vader will, like,
oh yeah,
and it's not, this is a pen holder, not a smartphone holder, so but it does work. And what I'm going to use it for in December, I've got to go back, I've got to, even though I'm wearing progressives, I'm going to get like computer glasses, because when I upgraded to the 4K display, I'm like, everything's sharper, but it just that much more, because I can only see things clearly when I do this, because I can see close through progressives, like through here, versus far away through here. And so I'm having to do this all the freaking time. I'm like, right. So this Darth Vader that I printed, I'm going to be doing, or he is going to have he's going to hold my computer glasses. That's the goal for him. I can't remember if I showed this Pumpkin Trooper last week.
I don't think so. We weren't on last week, and it was the week before.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, that's right. So that's probably why I have so many. This I actually printed during the art walk.
Oh, yeah.
Stormtrooper Pumpkinhead. And then the next five are a part of a series. Use the same filament. There's a Chewbacca cat.
That looked good. What filament is that using?
This is an eSun rainbow kind of filament.
Okay.
So it goes from one to the other in terms of color. This Han Solo cat goes from gray to a purple.
Looks good.
Really nice. Princess Leia cat goes from a light green to a slightly darker green.
Turned out good too.
Yeah, so there are 5 of them. They print well at the same time on the mini. Darth Vader more of a purple into an emerald green. I gotta hold it in front of my face in order for it to work.
Yeah.
And I didn't print them at the same time because that way I'd have the filament going progressively, and then a Jedi cat that started gold, and then went to a silver.
Looks great. Yeah, I like that.
So those 5 are available on MakerWorld, of all things, MakerWorld. And then these I'll kind of whip through pretty quick. Someone had released like Halloween Star Wars
ornaments, yeah.
Flat, very quick to print, very easy. Some of them I removed the keychain head from, or the notch. Others, it wasn't as easy, so I kept it.
Yeah. Can you send those to me? Because I could use that for my Star Wars tree from Hallmark.
Oh, for sure.
I have no ornaments on it, and those would look really good on them.
Oh no, it's great.
Yeah.
I'll you may have to remind me.
I like the pattern on them, on the black. That looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed with the quality of those. Do I have what what did I call these things? Skeleton Star Wars ornaments. I always have to check. I'm like, because I rename these things, from the original files, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna remember this file name. Now they can turn these off. Give me a second. I'm making sure that I've got the right file to send you before I, just start sending files, willy nilly. It's still loading because it's a big file. Or they are big files. There we go. No, those are just 3 over. Why did I not? Curiouser. I may have had 2 the way I had to split it, because remember I said I removed them from. In fact, it's probably just as easy for me to send you the links so you can get the original ones, because I removed the loops from some of them.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'd probably want the loop so that I can.
I was like, I didn't want the loop on them because I wasn't planning on using them. I just figured I'd just set them out, for Halloween, just put them out. So are we ready to post something on X?
Yeah.
Okay, because we've announced ish, but haven't fully announced officially. But I'm gonna make official. I'm making it officially official. But here we go. I'm gonna post it on X, and it is up. And hopefully I did not screw it up. This is the announcement for the annual event that we're going to be producing. There's the link. Oh, Devin says, I wanted to plan a trip to Tatooine, but it only has 2 stars. Yeah, I know, dude. The binary suns, let me tell you. There's the link for the announcement. Now I have to get the link out to everybody and their grandmother. Hey, this is happening. Hey, guess what? Hey, FYI. So that they can get it on their radar, That's going to be the biggest thing is getting people's attention for the event when it happens, right? And so it's official. It's officially official. It's going to be happening. I didn't want to say anything. Yeah, we're gonna at least 3 of us are going to be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go get your tickets right now.
Who's going to be the first?
Who's going to be the first?
Definitely the first. Hopefully, definitely not the last.
Yeah.
That's the goal, is not for it to be the last. Yeah, Phantom Printer, it's official. I don't think I don't think there's any holding. We got everything kind of nailed down. I cleaned up a couple of other final things today. We got the date check, all that. It's the check did not bounce. So I'm hoping, knock on wood, that this will not be a catastrophic, meltdown and like, what the hell was we thinking? I don't know. Yeah. So I will probably be breaking down in tears.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I think it'll be good. We'll have a good.
It's gonna be awesome.
The hope is it'll be a larger scale community 3D printing event in the spirit of an Earth or 3D Printopia or what have you. The challenge. I mean, the problem is it was a big cash outlay. It was a big risk to hopefully not lose money. That's my goal, is to not lose it on the deposit. So. And need as much attention as we could possibly, get on it. And, like I said, I'm going to be seeding that to everybody and their grandmother. Like as soon as I have, an inkling that it's not going to suffer, then I won't be as worried. I don't know if it's going to keep me up at night though. At least that's not the plan, is that no one ever plans to stay up at night. In a cold sweat, but it's going to be a risk. Events are always a risk, and I can tell you that I've never produced an event that's lost money, which is great, except this one. There's no time like the present to start. I hope that it certainly gets the attention of everybody who lives in the Pacific Northwest. Because there had been talk years ago, I can't remember, it was after an ERF or a MRF at the time, where people were saying, we need to be doing something like this in the Pacific Northwest. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but I'm like, it's just too costly. It's just too much of a risk. And I just couldn't get anybody to necessarily support, right? I couldn't get any information about, what it was, going to be in terms of who would be there to support. I'm hoping and am hopeful that it will capture attention and capture imagination. And that is something that doesn't always happen. Knowing that there's not a large scale maker event in the Pacific Northwest in that vein, I feel like we're on the right track for making something stick.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's, again, I'm not doing this, and I don't think we're doing this because it's going to be like this. It is not, cash cow is the wrong word, because I'm producing a vibe coding event series that's already more profitable by an insane amount. And it takes that has taken substantially, it will have taken substantially less effort. So the gains are not, equivalent to the effort. This is going to be a higher effort event, but my feeling is that, the community spirit and coming together, the growth that we all would have, potentially even flowing into what happens on and with MakerDeck itself is a huge part of it as well. And I'm very grateful that we've got a chance. We'll see what happens. I don't know what it's going to be. I can't make any promises except that it is happening, and I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't think I would have done it if I didn't think this didn't have a chance. But it's not, in this kind of a bigger event, doesn't happen without the support of individuals, and that's something that's something to keep in mind. Even if you can't make it, maybe someone who can, and if you do, that's great, because they may live somewhere where it would be relevant to go. It'd be good to go. And so I'm that's it. I'm saying it's out. I'm saying that there is turning back. Well, there's not, because I'll be putting down the deposit. There's no turning back. It is what it is. And yay. So there we go.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I think the Pacific Northwest and the area will turn out. It is a risk, I feel like, but
it's a big financial risk.
It is huge. But I think we have the audience here. We have the
I know we do.
We have the tech people. We have them, and we need you guys to come out and show out. So
I know we do.
We put everything up on MakerDeck.net. Chris and I have gone through it with a fine comb like many times since it started, and we started planning this. I think like almost 2 months ago. I think it's been. We talked about it before that, but yeah, it's been like 2 months since we started planning it. So sponsorships, vendor opportunities, everything, it's all on there. We put it all on there for everybody to go find. So
yeah.
I gotta say, I'm very excited for it just because I'm relatively new to the 3D printing community, but I have to say that I love everything that MakerDeck's been doing. I was unemployed, and then Matt was like, "Hey, you should start streaming on MakerDeck with all your time." So what I did.
I think when you became unemployed, I sent you filament.
Yeah, you did. You shipped filament.
You bought the 3D printer, and then you became unemployed. Yep. And then I sent you filament so that you could stream on 3D on MakerDeck.
Wow.
Yep.
MakerDeck. Yeah.
And then that's how it started, and it's been such a fun community to be a part of. And so I'm very excited to have the opportunity to be able to meet some other people that are online or from all over, and it'll be really fun. And I know some people who are really into 3D printing but aren't part of the MakerDeck community, so this is, I think, a really good opportunity to get those people to come in person. 3D printing meetup, and then go in person and connect in that way.
Yeah.
That's my gut.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people out there who don't know a lot about 3D printing and what the benefits of it can be. I mean, literally, I fixed a lamp with something that I needed to print. I mean, there's so many use cases for it. It has saved us so much money and in just stuff that we can print rather than going to the Container Store or going to Target or wherever and buying it. So when you can just go online to Maker World and find something to, I mean, literally, I've seen people fix their dryers with it. So I
had a coworker who he got into 3D printing because he drove a Mercedes and his little visor clip broke, and he took it to the dealership and was like, "How much is it for a part?" And they were like $200-300, and he was like, "No." So with that money, he went and bought a 3D printer and printed the same clip and fixed it, and then it was like, "Oh well, I guess I have a 3D printer now." That's how he got into 3D printing.
That's how it goes, man. That's how it works. That's how they get you.
Yep.
It's funny. I mean, how we all just kind of fall into it. And it's to me, it's incredible. Like what I've been able to do with 3D printing has definitely, as a collector, has been nothing short of a miracle. Like, just to like go to a store, and I mean, granted, I'm a huge fan of Ross, and even like I posted on X today, like massive discounts, like 70% off discounts right now at Target for some toys that I wanted. But I'm like, I've got like a knitted baby Yoda and a Darth Vader cat and all these things that they're not selling, nor will they ever sell. And that to me is just that is why. And I understand the practical nature of it. I get that. But I'm impractical. I am wholly impractical. I am not into the, I know Phantom printer replacing a broken knob. I'm a DI buyer. I would just get a new coffee machine. That's I'm crazy that way. And I know I shouldn't be. I have done a few practical prints, not too many in recent times. I'm not going to count like business cards and QR codes and that kind of thing, or maker chips. but I certainly have, and I'm very glad to have a 3D printer because, again, without one, I just feel like it's like living without the internet. Living without a 3D printer is like living without the internet. I'll say that. And I know that a lot of people aren't there, and I realize we may be proselytizing or preaching to the choir. Just the options that are there. I swear to God, just when people think that I've printed all the Star Wars things, someone comes and releases a Star Wars model. I'm like, okay, I got to print that. I have to, because why wouldn't I? It's right there. And it's affordable. It's accessible. I've got a neighbor who just got an A1, and she was asking me questions the other week, very basic questions, but that's where a lot of people are. Mm-hmm. I don't know if within the next 5 years it becomes like the microwave, but I'm guessing within the next 10, it becomes closer to a microwave type of situation where, you could live without a microwave, or you could have a microwave and things become easier, right? I look at, where's a good example? Do I have an example? I'm looking for something that I've generated, or I don't have one here. AI, and I know some people bridle at the idea. Because designers are doing an amazing job with the models that they produce. But AI is at that point where I could tell it, hey, do this, or give it an idea, a photo to base it on, do this, and it'll make it. And it's inconsequential to take that model, as this virtual file and translate into something that's physical. The difference is night and day as far as I'm concerned. Hang on, Hobby Lobby starting to sell filament?
Oh yeah, I saw that. So I went to our Hobby Lobby and I didn't see it there, but
how much?
It is showing up. It is showing up on TikTok, but I don't know. I was gonna go do a TikTok on it and a video on it and go buy it and print and see what the quality was like, but some of the Hobby Lobbies have filament in there.
If that's the question, is like the quality, right? Like not just quality but price, because Hobby Lobby is not exactly known for like cheap experiences. So like if they're like $40 a spool or some stuff, like I don't know.
But I'm also surprised that like Michaels and Joann's didn't come up with more of like the filament thing. So
hang on, look. I agree with that. Well, here's the thing: if Hobby Lobby's doing it, the other ones are not going to be that far behind.
Yeah,
they have to be. They have to be in tow.
Wow, $12.99. Yeah, $13.
Wow, $12.99.
It says that it's out of stock online, but I guess.
Wow.
I'm checking my local store now.
$12.99 for black and white, orange, wood. Oh god, that's gonna chew through nozzles. Blue. Wait, unless it's like fake wood, it's not real wood, it's just a color wood. PLA. Yellow, red, gray, marble, pink, purple. Wait, no red. They don't have red. Oh wait, they do.
They do, yeah.
They do have red. Just the basics. But still, $12.99? Wow. That's incredible. What was that? Polymaker just announced something that was it Best Buy? Because it wouldn't surprise me Best Buy wouldn't be getting into any of this.
Well, our Best Buy just got remodeled too. I don't know if you've been in there lately. But
it did? I have not been in there lately.
It's got new carpet and they kind of move things around, and they redid the whole checkout counter and all of that. So
new carpet.
It's not like total remodel, but it does look a little more nicer in there from when I first moved here.
I wish Fry's Electronics was still a thing.
Oh my God, Fry's!
Yeah,
went there all the time. That's my favorite.
Fry's is awesome.
Fry's rescued me. I needed a PoE injector.
Oh
for
yeah,
networking years ago.
You could find anything there.
That was, it would have been very handy. I will say Fry's would have come in very, very handy.
So I didn't go in. I didn't go in there, but we went to Forks a few weekends ago, and we stopped in Squim. There's a Radio Shack still there. No kidding.
Wow.
It said Radio Shack. It had an open sign in there, and I was like, but I mean, yeah.
That's incredible.
Center.
Center.
He said, do you think 3D printing will reach soccer mom levels where even soccer moms can be 3D printing? Yes. The mom neighbor that I was talking about, I would put her in that category, even if she's not like a soccer mom per se. Like I think she's right there.
You see people on Etsy and building things with like, you know, making phone cases and, you know, these fake Stanleys, you know, with designs on them. So yeah. You see the Cricut too, like the Cricut, you know, is out there as well. So I could definitely see them getting on the 3D printing.
Thank you for the follow, Delta June, doing our weekly Maker Deck show here. Maker Deck, of course, is also on Twitch, if you're not familiar, streaming 24/7.
It was going strong all weekend, Maker Deck.
Yeah, it was. We had like 10 people.
I woke up in the middle of the night to check my film, and there was like a ton of people on there. I was like,
that was crazy.
Yeah,
but it's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's amazing. I have to get the email out to people now that we've got the announcement. Get it out to the email newsletter. Thank you for the raid. Is it Moji? 3D Moji? 3D? Did I say that right? You never know.
Yeah.
Steven, haven't seen you in a while. Added up Adam. I'm familiar with that handle.
Yummy. Oh yeah, Adam's been to the meetups, monthly meetups.
Okay. That's why I was how do I know that handle? Steve Builds. Hey, I met Steve. We just the funny thing is we just tonight announced a Maker Deck IRL event, like doing a basically Steve, you may have an excuse to come back to Seattle because we're doing a Maker Deck community 3D printing event in February 2026, February 21st, 2026. It is happening. We don't know what's going to happen, but it is happening. And, now the outreach begins. I made sure that it did not conflict with Rocky Mountain, with 3D Printopia, etc. In fact, one of the reasons why I waited was that's right. Okay, so I got it right. That's okay. See. Here's the thing: when you catch people online and you see people online, like, wait a minute, I know this. I know the handle, and I've been horrible when it comes to Twitch. I'm going to get better. I promise. Things have been busy. Recovering from life. That sounds bad, but it took me a while to recover from divorce, to get my head to the point where I could okay, what am I doing now? What am I doing next? And part of that was not doing the regular streams as I had been normally doing. But the good news is that at least that we have been doing this consistently on Tuesday evenings, except for last week when I had monitor problems, tech problems. It happened. Didn't want it to happen, but it happened nonetheless. We're doing monthly meetups, which are substantially smaller, but the big one, like I said, leading up on to February 21st, 2026. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to announce anything, because Justin had mentioned something before 3D Printopia about Rocky Mountain, and I've already been in touch with him. Then 3D Printopia happened this weekend. I'm like, okay, this is about the time. If I was going to say anything about, okay, we've got the event center, we just don't know what's going to happen. So shout out once again to Moji 3D. I wanted to again thank you. How did you catch it so quickly? Why how did you get? Because we literally just posted. Thank you for using your Prime sub, Delta June. Very appreciated. You must be like, are you like glued to the Twitter feed? How did it? You saw it in the search.
Oh.
I was like, wait, what? How did this work? How did this go? Tim's camera is dead. The raid search. Got it. Because the title, right? We're doing an actual event. We're doing we're legit. We're as Pinocchio would say, we're a real, human. But it's the Pacific Northwest has been missing something like that for some time. At least that's my understanding. When I went to a Prusa event, when Joe and the crew were in town a couple of years ago, 300 people showed up to this just very basic meetup. I'm like, okay, dude, if 300 people show up to a Prusa meetup, then I've got to work on something larger. And so, yes, Mighty Bean, and I know Mighty Bean's also a local. Now something's happening here.
Yeah.
Something's happening here. What it is not perfectly clear because we got the space. That's available. The whole community center is there. Pico Boo, we are going to call it Ghostbusters. That's who we're going to call. No, it's very simple. MakerDeck IRL. I didn't want to mess with branding. People may have understood what MakerDeck was. Now it's kind of a part of something larger. Not just an online stream that's 24/7, but events like where we can build up and then continue to have something happening month after month after month. So if you are more active on Twitch than I have been for the past couple of years, I'm giving you my word that I'm aiming to be more active than I have been. It's just been really difficult for me to get my head back in the game. So thank you again for the raid. It's appreciated. It's very appreciated. And it's something that I knew very, very well. Like being more, I think I did Twitch better before the divorce. But I'm getting my sea legs back getting into the swing of things, producing, well, not just the MakerDeck event, but a vibe coding event here in Seattle. That's happening, I'm hoping every month, but the first one's going to be happening in October. So like I was saying earlier, like as an event producer, the vibe coding event that I'm doing has taken this much work, and the output and sponsors, heavier, as opposed to taking a little more time to get this thing staged and a lot more a lot more money and a bigger risk. So I would say that the MakerDeck IRL event is definitely more of a passion for 3D printing than it is for anything else. The want, need, and desire to connect and to do something that matters and that resonates. So I certainly, appreciate the support, all the way down. And, thank you, Layer. I definitely appreciate it. I think I want to say I retweeted something that y'all did earlier today. I was really interested in seeing what, everybody was doing from 3D Printopia for sure. It's on the other side of the country, and it isn't in scope right now. Additive Adam asks, can others create content in the MakerDeck IRL? Yep. I mean, it's an event. Like, we've got space for vendors.
QR code right up there.
Oh, the QR code. Right. Boop. Scan that. MakerDeck.net. We'll get you more information. MakerDeck.net.
We have booth and vendors
and all that stuff.
Booth and vendors and sponsorships opportunities.
Across the board. But yeah, I mean, even if you don't want to have a table or whatever, show up, bring your stuff. I mean, just like any other one of these, larger events, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with not knowing what's going to happen. I'm fine with taking the risk, plunking down the cash and saying, all right, this is the date. Gonna do it. Gonna try. Gonna see what happens. In terms of the vibe coding event, that's going to be live streamed as well on this channel. Matt, I think, is going to help. And Tim, I think
I didn't ask Tim yet, but we should. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk to you later about it, Tim. I forgot to mention it to you.
Well, never mind. You didn't hear anything, Tim.
We're gonna try and live.
It's like, what did I volunteer for?
You didn't volunteer. So Mighty Bean, the vibe coding event is being hosted at Amazon AWS downtown Seattle, sponsored by Rocket.new, which is a vibe coding platform, also sponsored by Stately Cloud. They're going to be bringing in pizzas. Their food and beverages available, through AWS. I've got two other sponsors that are coming in as well. One is a huge name. You thought AWS or Amazon was huge. I mean, the other one, huge. And another one, really, really good, especially if you're interested in this realm and potentially even creating your own business out of, vibe coding something. It's a free event. And everyone's, welcome to attend, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun and creative and interactive. And we already kind of quote unquote sold out of the vibe coding event. But again, it's substantially smaller. Like if I got 50 people to go to the thing and the 50 people show up, I'm happy. That's for the vibe coding event that I want to do on a monthly basis. Now for a MakerDeck IRL, if we can get for the first year, if we can get anywhere between 500 and 1,000 people, I think we're doing okay. I think that's about as much as we could potentially hope for in any kind of support. And then again, to be able to say, all right, this is worth doing again next year. And then every day in between, MakerDeck, exists online. And it was my hope in the scope of what MakerDeck is on Twitch, the 24/7 channel on Twitch, is it's always there. It's always present. And I think most importantly, I wanted to have a regular event series. Not just, it was amazing what when Liz leaned into it, and certainly Zombie Hedgehog. Out of that came the Z and Z show, which is outstanding. I wanted to do a regular event series on MakerDeck on Twitch. I wasn't sure how it was going to look or how it was going to work, but it never really it never coalesced for one reason or another. But it's a possibility. It's a possibility to do virtual events on MakerDeck, and certainly that could be an outcome of doing a larger annual event. So the future is yet to be written. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who we're going to connect with. We don't know how all that's going to work. I think Matt was going to tag you because for the vibe coding event, I want to, if we have an option to live stream it, that'd be great. I think that I'm waiting to hear back from my Amazon liaison about a connection at Twitch about events, which would be pretty darn cool. There are going to be people there. I'd imagine there's going to be Wi-Fi or access, and I've certainly got the channel to publish it into. I don't have the vibe coding channel. It's just my personal channel, for the lack of a better place to put it at this point in time, because it's not a virtual event so much as it's a real world event. But I think that's what Matt was going to talk to you about.
Yeah, we set up some cameras and get you mic'd up with like a DJI or something, and you can walk around and
talk to people.
Yeah.
That's the idea. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what. If you guys want to, not to put anybody on the spot, but you chat about it offline.
Yeah.
Loop back. We've got time. That the MakerDeck event doesn't happen until February. We've got time, but the vibe coding event is happening in October, about less than a month from now, October 16th, just a few weeks away. So, Phantom Printer says, I personally believe this event will be a lot more successful than you may be worried about. That's possible. I don't know. I've produced enough events to know when to worry. And I think there's enough people out there that the audience just needs to know about it. So it's an attention thing. The first one is always the hardest. The first event that you do in any series is always the hardest. Always. And as much as I might know people and have connections with people, that doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Ultimately, for an event to succeed, you need people, you need support. It is entirely possible that this is the first and last, but it'll definitely be a first. We don't know. We don't know what we don't know. I'm willing to take that risk. I'll say that. For the sake of MakerDeck and the grander community, I'm willing to take that risk in doing it. So.
Yeah, well, I'm personally excited for it. So.
Well, I'm personally nervous. Matt can be excited. I'm going to be personally nervous until it actually happens. And even then, I'm like, oh my God, how did this happen? How did this come together? Because it's going to happen no matter what. You just don't know how well it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You don't know how it's going to come into play yet. But all that remains to be seen. So, yeah, thank you. I'm good. And we had that raid come in. I think we should pay it forward.
Sure.
I don't want to forget. Sometimes I do that with when it comes to raiding. Like I was like, oh, I'm using StreamYard. I'm like, oh wait, hang on, we got a raid. Who are other makers? We're not going to raid Alf.
I do love that Alf is on there. I don't know if anybody else watches it, but
I mean, I'll tune in every so often.
Yeah.
Declarations is a maker. It's the last day of September. This. And there's so many makers that I'm on Twitch, but I'm so out of that loop that I'm like, wait a minute, who are the makers that, like, I recognize, that, I should recognize, right? Because there's new makers in the block. We got, hang on, Idio Sinanka? Enka? Is that finishing up a custom order? Hang on. I got to put up with an ad, which is fine. I mean, I put ads on Twitch anyway. What is the auto tracking moving webcam? Oh, that's just Mac's or Apple's center stage, which I don't have on right now, or I shouldn't. Okay, so I wonder. Oh, DreamHack, support and follow. Oh wait, hang on. Is she winding down? 3-minute ad break. No. I was looking for a fellow 3D printer. Do you see any other?
I'm looking now.
Fellow 3D printers. My fellow 3D printers that we can pass on to.
Zombie Hedgehog just went live.
Oh, Zombie did?
Yeah.
Astra Canuck just went, or he's been going too. But if Zombie just went live,
yeah, I say
let's pass it back to Zombie. You think you're going to need to get a booth at the MakerDeck IRL? Do it, Mighty Bean. We'll talk.
Yes. MakerDeck.net.
Here's the thing, Mighty Bean. The more local attention we get on this, the better. The more makers local, the better. I don't just want to do one. I want to keep doing it. I want to dovetail it into what we do with MakerDeck Online. Okay, so Zombie's going, and I think we rated him recently, but I don't care. We're gonna do it anyway because Zombie's awesome.
He is.
And I'd rather send makers to another maker, especially if they're getting started. So Zombie hasn't started yet. It looks like if he just went live, I'd imagine he's got some kind of buffer. Yeah, Zombie. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, so it's getting started. So we're gonna raid over there, which a couple of you may already be there. So that shouldn't come as a surprise. And at some point, I'm gonna just disappear. When the stream ends, is basically I stop talking, and then oh, you're suddenly on Zombie stream. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, that wasn't a mean laugh. Just saying. Thank you, Steven. Hope all is well.
Yeah, thank you.
I've definitely got to follow up with Moji. And I want to say it's layer by layer. That's how I'm going to say it. I could be wrong. This is the problem when you see people online, you see their handles, but you don't know how to say them out loud. But yeah, we'll be back every next Tuesday with more makes, more conversation. Next Tuesday, feel free to jump in, and in between, MakerDeck's going 24/7. and I think I rated over. Did it go? Did it?
I think it worked.
Oh, I did. No. Did it not go?
I think it did. I think
Did it go?
Yep,
There we
looks
go.
like it works.
Okay.
Yep.
I was like, did it work? Did it go?
Sorry, it was on the wrong. I was on the wrong tab on my other monitor. So.
All right, hang on just a second.
Sorry, Tim. I didn't mean to throw you into the spot.
No,
I meant to talk to you about it last week after we got done talking about it.
Way to go, Matt.
Sorry, my bad. But yeah, if you're willing to help out, like it's in downtown Seattle at AWS.
I was gonna say because Chris, as you were talking about it, I actually pulled it up to take a look, and it looks like super interesting.
It's gonna be fun.